Hello everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim Classic video. We are on the West Coastway route again, which now extends to Littlehampton and Ford. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to go from Brighton all the way over to Ford on a service bound for Southampton Central. So here it is, our Gatwick Express 387, which is sort of Gatwick Express, and we're running a southern service. And yeah, we're due out pretty soon. So let's get the head code plugged into the GSMR. So this is 1 November 14. And we are at signal, what's that, 665? 665, let's pop that in. 65. There we go. Get that all set up. And yeah, we're fairly quick as well on this one. Right. You would get dispatched out of here. Get the doors shut. So we're calling it Hove, Portslade, Southwick, Shoreham by Sea, Lancing, East Worthing, Angmering, Ford. Once we get going, we'll go through all of the other stations this train would stop at. Right, let's go. This is part of Cranky Bot's scenario pack. I'll leave a link for that and also the route in the description, but it is exciting stuff. And after Ford, this train would then call up Barnham, Chichester, Southbourne, Emsworth, Havant, Cosham, Portchester, Fareham, Swanwick, Woolston, and then Southampton Central. Out we go, let's do a little brake test. Might not stop at Portchester, not all of them. I think it's every hour they stop at Portchester. Even though Southern go through there every half hour. Yeah, every hour one will stop there for Portchester. Cool. So it may or may not stop at Portchester. Out we go though. Although we don't have to worry about that because yeah, we're only going to Ford. It would actually, I mentioned it in the last video. I don't want to, but it would be cool if the route did go to Barnham, because at Barnham that's one of the biggest train crew depots in the on the south coast. So having it going to Barnham, you get a lot of driver changeovers there and also OBS changeovers. So that would be cool. But of course, Ford is also a good place. Because Ford, I don't think was actually going to be in it, so George sort of just pop that in as an extra. Well, I suppose if you go to Barnham, then you might as well go to Chichester and Bognor, as they're not really much further. Hopefully audio is at a good level as well. I might tweak it a little bit, as before this I was doing a video in one of the on OMSI 2. That's probably a little bit low, so I'll whack it up a bit. So hopefully that will be okay. But shortly coming into our first station stop of Hove. I'm trying to think if I've actually worked this service in real life. I don't think I've worked the 813 off Brighton. I don't think so. That would be the... What would that be? 10... That would be the 10:01 arrival into Southampton Central and be the 10:20 out of Southampton Central. Don't think so. I've done the 7:13 though, the one an hour before. That was only a couple of days ago. And this is Hove. That'll do. Another service on the way in. And after this we then called up Port Slade. What time we due out? 17. Cool. So basically now. And onwards to Port Slade. So we don't get to stop at Aldrington. Good. Let's go. It's going very slow, that train. Let's go. So the weird thing about driving the 387 on Train Sim Classic is it's not actually the 387 cab, it's a 377 cab. But yeah, it's just the best which can be done, I suppose. Well, it probably isn't the best what can be done. You probably could have the whole 387 cab, but that's yeah, not in the game. So the exterior looks like a 387, but the cab view is a bit different. Passenger cam though looks spot on and sounds good. So it's quite weird the way you can change the passenger view but not the cab view. It's really nice actually. Sit here for a bit. Go up to 70. Right back in. Cool. Weirdly, I was chatting to a well, not weirdly, but I was chatting to a driver the other day as we were running empties between West Worthing and Brighton, and I was saying, "Oh, what do you think of sort of the 387s coming in?" And he was saying that they're actually slightly I'm trying to think of the wording he used, but they're actually possibly slightly trickier than the 377s. Like apparently the brakes are a bit sort of hit and miss, which I was like, oh, that's not great. So I sort of prefer driving the 377. And also something about how much power the 387 picks up along the coast. I prefer a 377 over a 387. Well, I suppose it really depends on what drivers you ask, because some will say the 387 is a, sort of a nicer train to drive. So it's slightly more modern. Yeah, this one driver here was saying it's a bit, sort of the brakes are a bit in there. This is Port Slade we're coming into. And this should be, I did say it would be the Ompty 2 video, which would be the last video, where you'd have that webcam background, but hopefully in the next one we will have the departure board set up. So what I'll do, every time we go a video, say on the West Coastway, I'll maybe have Worthing on the departure board or something. Or, I don't know, a couple of the stations en route. That'd be cool. Right, this is Port Slade, we're out here at 20 past, and it's 20 past. And it will be Southwick next. Let's go. Right, posh in here with his top hat on and suit in Port Slade. Off we go. This Upper Port Slade is quite a nice. I quite like Upper Port Slade. You still got the Lower Port Slade, which is sort of to the left of the railway, so sort of down there. I used to actually live over here, this sort of area. Yeah, it's all right. Then you've got the upper part of Port Slade, which is sort of up on the hill, with like awesome views of the city and of the coast. Really nice property up there as well. You got Fisher's Gate coming up. Over Trafalgar Road. Yes, this is Fisher's Gate, sort of one of one of those stops where it's like, do we have to stop there? And not too far after is Southwick, the home of Shoreham Port. So just a bit of step one brakes for now. It's a little bit further along. Yeah, if you're doing an all-stop service on this route, I mean, really, you're going to get to what, about 50 miles an hour between the stops, and then have to slow down again. It's really the only gap in stops if you're not an all-stopper is between Goring and Angmering, but there's a bit of a gap, and then Angmering to Ford and Littlehampton's a bit more of a gap as well. This is Southwick. Cool. There we go. Superb. And I also briefly mentioned it in the... Well, actually, I don't think you would have seen that video yet, but it would be cool if this route would sort of be, I suppose, with George still involved and still sort of the main, developing it, but it would be awesome if it got picked up as like an official route by, say, Just Trains or ATS. That would be cool. Obviously, with George sort of, working on it still and everybody else sort of working on it, you could really make something really cool. I mean, it's already cool, but that would be cool. Right, let's get the doors shut. Hello, George, I'm sure you're watching. What's your dream when you look at this route? What do you want? What do you want to see? What do you want to do? Well, George actually does have a plan with his phases and stuff. And we're off. And at the moment, this route is free. I don't know why I say at the moment, but yeah, this route is free. It's on the Train Sim Community website and on the ATS website, and it is the Sussex Lines Phase 2. But I'd imagine that, I mean, this is a popular route. I think it already had like 500 something downloads on the TSC website within like the first day or so. I don't know if that included the ones before Phase 2, but yeah, it's a popular route. So to have this sort of made into some sort of official route, maybe it was payware, would be, well, great. Maybe that's more long term though. I don't know, George. Far away in the comments. Right, soon to arrive into Shoreham by Sea. There's B&Q there. DIY. Was that Halfords? Might be a Halfords actually. There is a B&Q there though. Then Shoreham, which does have fairly long platforms to it. There's Dunelm on the left of us. We're now arriving into Shoreham by Sea. Which you can come fairly quick into as you're right down the end here. Let's get an external arrival. Yeah, this is Shoreham by Sea. And up next will be Lancing. It's our next station stop. So we're due out of here at 26. Oh, hang on, we've lost time. Right, go. We've dilly-dallied somewhere. And I believe the signals here are also controlled, well they should be as it's Lima Golf, the signals, but controlled by a Lancing signal box. There's still quite nicely a few signal boxes along here which are still sort of local operated. There's quite a lot of the network is now just all 3 bridges. And what I'll do if you haven't seen Littlehampton, we'll try and fly down to it once we get to sort of Arundel Junction. So you can see that. And over the Ada Bridge. So this is where the scenery gets a bit more distance along here, or distant. So there's more sort of fields. Lovely. A little bit of speed as well. Go up to 70. And it's really easy this route to do HUDless because the speed is literally 70 from Hove all the way to sort of near Angmering, then it comes down to 65. There's not really much to learn. Talking about speed there, we got a bit carried away there, went up to 72. And to the right you've got the Brighton and Hove training ground. Yeah, coming up to Lancing. We've just got an 8-coach platform on the down, but on the up it's only 4. And there's Lancing signal box as well. Got a sort of funky design to it. Sort of a slightly more modern style. And here we are, this is Lancing. Yeah, we're due out of here at 31 past. So we're still on time, which is good. We should skip out East Worthing. I know we stopped. Oh, I suppose yeah, because it's peak time. Most services outside of peak time will just skip East Worthing. Why do we have to stop there? Right, let's go onwards to East Worthing. We are still fast between Worthing and Angmering, aren't we? Yeah, still got the nice gap. Get to skip out West Worthing, Durrington and Goring. Different views. Nice. Let's get back in as East Worthing isn't really that far along. Not that far. So once we get through West Worthing, that's where the route originally ended, or sort of sceneried out. And this will be East Worthing coming up. Let's get the brakes on. Very straight as well, as you can probably tell, it's just all the way. That's quite a short platform here as well. That's the reason being a bit slower. And here we are. And this is Worthing. Or East Worthing. So we only just about fit in for that, only just. Cool, and there's all the electro stars along here as well now. Quite a mix as well. So you get the Gatwick Express 387s, Southern 377s, the Great Northern 387s as of recent, with the Southern logo on them. And also, I believe, a Great Western 387 as well, which Southern have taken back, or taken. Right, onwards to Worthing. Nice bit of exterior audio. Nice. So this is sort of where the place should make an announcement saying we're now arriving into Worthing. If there are any customers for West Worthing, Darrington-on-Sea and Goring-by-Sea, alight here and change at Worthing for the what is it? Is it a little? I think there might be a one hotel which is behind us. Or was it the Chichester via Littlehampton? No, pretty certain it's the what time at the 0840. It might be 840, possibly. Might not be actually. But yeah, I think there's like an 840 service. Might be the Littlehampton service, which you'd catch for those stops. It might even be behind. We can have a look on the map. Not a lot of people do trains behind, but there might be one there. Yeah, this is Worthing. Yeah, drove over at 36. That's 36 now. Is there a train behind us? No, yeah, not, yeah. Now let's go. Next station stop will be Angmering. Not seen this Gatwick Express one in a while. The sort of the wannabe Gatwick Express, with the little thing on it. I've not seen it for a while in real life. And we might have some signal issues a bit further. We might not though, because so far we've been alright. But if there is like an unexpected red light all of a sudden, we're just gonna go through it. Actually, they don't. Yeah, well, this one seems alright so far, but on the we did another scenario where we kept getting sort of red lights, but you could just go through them. They were like, well, I suppose maybe weren't connected. I don't know, but yeah. So we hopefully we won't get that, but we might get that. This is West Worthing. So some services at peak time terminate here. And that's where the route sort of ended before. And not too much further along, you've got Durrington on Sea. There it is. Cool. Probably won't be that busy going this way on that platform. Goring by Sea, which is about another sort of 3/4 of a mile along. Which I always thought Goring was a bit further along from Durrington. But no, they're quite close. It's a bit further apart from West Worthing as well, a bit further apart than West Worthing to Durrington. There's another Southern Gatwick Express 387. This is Goring by Sea. There's also custom station signs as well. So when you're installing this route, do look at the README. Take a look, as it's not just sort of drag and drop, that's it done, installed. There's a bit more to it. Right, now I still don't really know this part of the route too well, but I know when the route sort of goes like that, then we have to slow down for Angmering. There's like a level crossing on sort of like a wiggle. That's the best way to describe it. Is it East Preston level crossing? East Preston level crossing. Someone mentioned it, which may be correct. It may be that, so. Cool. The scenery out here is nice though. Not much more distance as well. Yeah, this is the little wiggle coming up, and there should be a level crossing on it as well. Yeah. So we'll start slowing down for Angmering here. I think it's known as East Preston level crossing. I could be wrong in thinking that. And there's a station just there. And after Angmering we get a little bit of a gap again to Ford, and after that that's it, we're at Ford. The end of the line at the moment. And we're right down to the end of the platform here. Angmering does have a short platform if you're more than 7 coaches. So 7 coaches on the up and down. And there's quite a gradient change on the platform as well. Like it looks like it goes up. Like if you're going towards, well, if you're on the up line, or if you're heading towards Brighton, and you look from sort of down this end of the platform, you really do notice sort of the grade change. This is Angmering. We're due out here at 43, so still on time. We arrived at 42 and out at 43. Cool. And onwards to Ford. So we'll sort of go up, try and get up to 70, but then there is a 65. Although George has replicated, apparently the speedboard might be sort of knocked over in real life. A bit like on the Birmingham Cross City line, where have you seen the speedboard on there on TSW where it's just knocked over? Similar to that. So along here somewhere there is a 65, I think just after a level crossing. So we'll probably just get up to 70 and then drop it to 65. And then I think 30 or so over Arundel Junction. We probably should try and get a nice photo as well at some point. Maybe get that near Arundel Junction. Or here actually. Nice bit of sun on the train. Pause brake. No, that'll do. And then your braking point for Angmering, from a real driver actually who was in, is this blue building here apparently. Yeah, Steve, who was in our live stream. Right, we go 65. Let's drop it down. Not really much of a difference, is there? 65 or 70. Yeah, so this is one of the bug signals here. So if we do that, we'll do that. Obviously, as you saw from the last signal, it wasn't yellow, it was green. So you wouldn't go straight to a red. So yeah, some of the signals aren't, I don't think, completely correct along here, or at least not, you know, the game's not liking it in some way. So if we tab again, I think the next one's alright, yeah. But George is working on it. Scary, isn't it, though, coming around the corner and seeing a red, and it's like, hang on, the last one was green. But can happen in real life. If there's a signalling a signal failure, the signal can go to red, as that's what it will sort of, a safety thing. It will just if something goes wrong with the signal, it will just go red. So it can happen in real life. Now the next signal we do need to stop for. Yeah, so if you do get a red or something on this route as you're playing it, just for the sort of first few days until there's an update out, just tab the signals, just to sort of see. It's only on this part, only on sort of the between Angmering and Littlehampton. Trying to get another shot here as well. There we are. And that was it. That was actually at a red, and that's because that service there, which we've just went past us, that's a one hotel. So that would have come up from Littlehampton. So that would have gone in sort of, well, over where we're going. There we go. That's changed now. So coming up to Arundel Junction. There's the Arun Valley line there, or Mid Sussex line. Well, that's not really Mid Sussex. It goes up there. No, we're going that way. And if you haven't seen, let's fly over now. For anyone who hasn't seen Littlehampton. Hopefully it won't crash or anything. But yeah, this is Littlehampton here. Oh, that's as far as we can fly. So you've got the semaphore signals down there. The little shed here at Littlehampton as well. Sort of the gasometer, which sort of shadows over everything, or towers over everything. And it comes up here. That's where we are. And then you've got the Triangle Junction. So this is Littlehampton Junction. And you've got Ford Junction there. There's Ford Station. And there's Arundel Junction, sort of the four-way. Which means we're almost at journey's end. Oh yeah, seeing the route just one more stop to Barnum though. That would be cool. Just as it is a massive place for driver changeovers. I apologise, George. Don't have to. Now we go over the River Arun. But the track does go, you can see the track does go to Barnum. And there's Barnum there. Also, there was a manual point switch there. And this is Ford. There we go. And arriving on time, literally bang on as well. Well, that is going to be it, everybody. There goes a fast service. So yes, if you're going sort of up towards the coastway or along the coastway, you get the junction indicator. But if you're going towards Littlehampton, it seems you don't. So that's sort of weird but cool. You would sort of think the junction indicator would be going the other way. So if you're going right here, I suppose this sort of counts as the main line. But yeah, that's pretty much for me. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. Links can be found in all of the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store. Apart from that, see you all and take care. Bye guys.